They can smoke off towards Electric, smoke off towards Sandwich. They can play a slow default as well if they want to. They can use the smokes towards Ali, and of course with Sandwich, Electric and whatnot. It seems like more of a default round here. Going to be having Dennis hold for the flank towards Ali. Having one player, actually no players towards team main right now for the side of Godsend. Having 3 players go towards B up, but Twist about to flash for them.
Flash does come through, the push gets ready to continue, but Godsend not quite putting the pedal to the floor just yet. Bomb going to be shuffled on around, ends up on the back of Twist, who is going to be the first player tagged up to 15. Freddy taking the contact. Back train will be Valde. He'll lose his life almost straight away. Freddy going to keep on pushing, but they're unaware of the play ahead. But the tag come in. Cajun B finally folds up with a kill. AZ a second. Cajun B on a tear as he finds a double kill. Twist next on the chopping block. Schneider, last man standing. Can he survive the onslaught of North? 2 low players. Config on full HP. Kits in play. Schneider for the first kill, though, now just looking for AZ and Cajun B. Knows the position where Cajun B is going to be standing. AZ as well, likely known. Makes it a 1v1. That bomb is sticking. AZ going to get straight on the defuse. Schneider, unaware of that fact. This could be a defuse. Boy even knows, and so it shall be. North, give them their 3rd round. As AZ plays with just a steel gut.
Unlucky there for Schneider. Strong play from him in the 1 versus 4. He isolates the players 1 by 1. Unfortunately for him, though, being on low HP, he's only on 11 health. Didn't want to face and be faked up by the tap from the bomb from AZ. Nevertheless, though, 3-0 now in favour of North as they do take the pistol and the first gun round. But it's going to be the counter force from Godsend. The reason being is North had 1 player alive. Godsend are expecting low money for North. If they win this round, they can shatter the CT economy.
Look at Config. He's gone aggressive straight up through alleyway. Going to take the contact peek based on Freddy. The headshot begins to align. The bomb is going to be dropped. That information alone sets up North to know exactly what the play of Godsend is going to be. Cajun B slips out, finds a frag with the AWP. And that puts Godsend into complete disarray.
5 versus 3 early on as well. Only 20 seconds been played out in the round and still a massive lead here for North. Cajun B with the AWP. This time no longer towards B, but instead the A site, leaving Valde alone towards B. Rotation will come in there from MSL back towards the B site, so now North can have a 2-3 setup towards their CT defense. Question is though for Dennis, just go Doppler and of course Schneider. What's their plan of action here into round number 4? Going towards team main, they get spotted. The bomb is seen as well by Cajun B.
Dennis doing pretty good work, but the trading game is not what Godsend wants to be involved in right now. Schneider at least able to find the kill on AZ. But with only 2 players alive, Godsend very hard pressed. And Molly cutting off those players towards Ivy, but it's going to be a tough fight nonetheless. The smoke will bloom, isolating Config.
The flank there from Valde as he's walking behind Whitehall, sorry. North can now wait this one out. They can hold their angles, see if anyone from Godsend are going to peek into them. And if they do, all they have to do is wait for the flank from Valde and try bait for him.
MSL with the Molly E-box going to clear it out. Doppler position now going to be known. Valde kicking into gear as he finds the flank pick. Still a lot more he could do though. MSL just going to be holding for Schneider at this point. He's forced to fight.
Easy. Yep. So in that scenario there, whenever you have a player coming from the flank, there's so many ways you can play it, or you have to play it, sorry. If the flanks come in, you cannot overface and give away the advantage early on. You just have to wait for that player coming from behind. And once he is close, you have to start quote-unquote baiting for him. You saw, as soon as Valde was outside team main, MSL was the one taking the attention. He was the one mollying behind Electric, shooting his weaponry, had the player as well towards Ali, just spamming the smoke. What they're trying to do is divert the attention from Godsend, and that allowed Valde to come behind 2 unsuspecting players and just shoot them in the back. Anyway, they're round number 5 now, 4-0. The bomb went down for Godsend, plus the 4-round loss bonus means they can still buy up into this one. Dennis might be wanting to take the 1 versus 1 towards B.
Look at the aggression from MSL and his teammate AZ. They both want close pop dog straight away. AZ, smart from him to be looking towards T-Con right now, just stopping any sort of walkout aggression from Godsend.
The reason this position is so good as well is because the smokes that usually go out from the T side go towards Electric, they go towards Sandwich, and sometimes you see the molly or the smoke go out towards Green Train. When you play so aggressive towards Pop Dog, it's actually so hard to counter that just because you're going out through team main, they're not going to be smoked off. The only way they can smoke them off is if you actually leave Pop Dog and smoke it out yourself, or you do the double Molotov that we see from Big. Nevertheless though, Dennis and Schneider, that nade can actually do a lot of damage here.
Somehow that does barely anything at all. That's almost disappointing.
Yeah, they need the second molly though. They've done the first molly, but they're not the second one, which actually flushes out MSL and AZ, I believe. Nevertheless though, well, Nevertheless, there's still 45 seconds left on the clock. No action happening just yet, but here it comes.
Dropping down nice and dry. A double kill lineup with the burning in the flames. Got to come back up again, reversing and slowing down the play from Godsent. Buying time to move. Cajun B, AWP going to be scoping down, but the smoke shrouding Godsent in the midst of the A site. Dennis being careful, does take down Valde. 25 seconds to work with. Back of train config is going to be lurking Schneider. Could well catch me off guard. Sees him with a beautiful shot.
Cajun B now on the 1 versus 3. It's a nice shot there to Twist, want to jump up and get some information. But now, without the kit though, it's winnable.
Getting very close very quickly. The USB, not the weapon you want as your sidearm in that situation. The Schneider does play for the peak, takes him down. Godsent with their first on the board.
Yep. It's unlucky from MSL. You see, he pins the grenade, chucks the Molotov out. If that molly came out 1 or 2 seconds before, easy would have got the kill towards team A. They can flash themselves out, get away from Pop Dog, and they would have had the man advantage there on the CT side. But nevertheless, though, Godsent money is low. You can see the buy comes in, UMP there for Freddy B, and the money after the buy is roughly 1,000, 2,000. So if North, can reset that money, they could be running away with the first half, but unluckily for North, Twist is there to change that idea. It's going to be the 5 versus 4 now, and a man advantage here for Godsent.
Config going to be looking to change things. Tucked in the corner with that Max 7 Petroglyph.
It's so nice. I've never seen that skin before like that.
Just jump spotting it, waiting to see if he can find anything. Flash is going to be thrown. Config going to be spotted as he goes for the jump shot. Going for the second, in fact, as well. That will prompt the molly. Force him out, burn him down. Freddy with the headshot.
So, 1 minute 10 seconds on the clock now to round number 6. 2-man advantage for Godsent. Many ways you can play this one. In the 5 versus 3, you've got expecting 1 player towards B and 2 players towards A. That's why you're seeing Godsent now shift towards the B side. They know if they all group up together, they will have a 1 versus 5 towards that B side. All versus Valde. Unless someone from North pushes for information right now, it should be the round here for Godsent.
Schneider ready to push out towards inner. Just going to throw the simple smoke. Waits for it to bloom. So far, so good. Flash as well. No one playing close, bear in mind, so no real immediate problems for Godsent to tackle. About how they handle the afterplots now as they make the push. Valde playing the pistol around position. Let Schneider pass. Has to find the kill, but because he waits so long, Dennis can push that right on behind, secure the trade frag, blocking North out of the round.
You have to save now for North. If they can save these 2 M4s, then I'm not sure if they can buy up into round number 7. But even then, just having 2 M4s, even if it's surrounded by pistols, there's still a chance if AZ and MSL go big. But of course, they have to save here. You can see Disco Doppler hunting towards T-Spawn and Ali.
Back his turn, though.
Exactly, so maybe if they can go towards T-Spawn, there's a chance. Kill Disco Doppler. Now Godsent know where he is, where they are, sorry. But then again, look how far away they are. There's no chance they're going to be able to get them in time. So it should be the save here for North. And yeah, the money is bad. Still though, having 2 M4s, potential here. They could send the M4s towards Ali, push aggressively, try to get 1 kill, take information. They could have the M4s push lower B round, try to get the 1 or 2 kills again for information. But let's see. They can either have the 2 M4s play together, or they can try to split them up and have success across the map.
I'm going to see how that plays out now, MSL. Expecting aggression here. I mean, at the end of the day, that is a game plan that's very solid if you're North. Loving this smoke. This could be a multi-kill if I've ever seen one before. Schneider going to take the peek. There's one. Backs into the corner, but the spray, of course, always going to be so overwhelming in that scenario. Config pushing forward for the gun, does find it. But a follow-up molly could mean he's left dead to rights too. Even a close frag grenade could kill him here, and that looks like it is going to be the case. Right at his feet. Very nicely done from Godsent. The perfect read that he pushes for that gun, bear in mind. A crucial factor, as it leaves just North now with that 1 rifle in play. 2 pistols. The push does come on out.
4 versus 3 here. Man advantage here for Godsent. Just got Opulent. So close to KGB. Unlucky for KGB, they're only the USP in hand and no Kevlar. Trying to surround the plan, but you can see Freddy B holding his teammates back.
That bomb going to tick on down. MSL certainly going to be looking to see if he can keep that rifle in a good position to do a lot of damage to Godsent, bear in mind, considering they have got players in T-Con and close by, that being Twist, of course. Dennis being spotted, MSL does take him down. But cautious of the fact that he could be chased, now begins to back off. Group up with your teammate Valde, Almost use him as bait. Spot out where Godsent are pushing from.
Thing is here as well, if MSL saves this M4 and the Kevlar, if he has enough money, he could actually potentially drop an AWP over. They've lost 2 in a row. If he has $3,000, actually, yeah, he could drop the AWP over. He has 2.5k. So there you have it. The fact he saved the M4 2 rounds on the trot means he can drop over the AWP now to Cajun B, which previously they couldn't have done after they went for the full force after losing the round to Godsent.
They don't want to.
And instead he buys utility, so scrap that idea and forget that thought. As MSL's going to be valuing the grenades over the AWP, which again is understandable. Obviously Cajun B, he's no stranger to the rifle. Can definitely wield that. We remember back on Astralis when Device was the AWPer, Cajun B was the full-time rifle as well. One way coming up from Valde. He knows so many of these weird smokes. He almost invented the one-way, he did invent the one-way on Cobble on the B platform. So many players stealing up with him after he showed it. I believe it was versus SK. Nevertheless, though, round number 8, 4-3 being the scoreline. North with another bye. Godsent, they've been doing well so far after breaking the economy of North, and from that, slowly but surely coming back into this game. Lining up the grenades and lining up the Molotovs. Molly comes out towards Sandwich, I believe. Try to flush out the players from North. Here it comes. Well-timed smoke tip, but unfortunately North using 2 smokes towards Pop Dog. Here it comes.
The Flash leaving himself completely blind, but they're going to be leaving him unchecked, allowing him to play around E-Box. He goes huge. That's 3 kills locked in. Going for the 4th. MSL getting away with insane work as he shuts down the push. Cuts down Godsent from even getting anywhere on the site. And ultimately wastes everything they tried to achieve.
Player dropping out of the server, so we should be seeing a pause come in. Someone does disconnect. But nevertheless, 5-3 now. 8k nearly for Twist. And 8,000 for Freddy B. So the money's still strong for Godsent. The catch up over and buy up into this one. Great play there from North. You see, one thing I like to do, one of the things I like, my goodness, I can't even talk. One of the things they did, which I liked, is they saved their smokes for the time push. Most teams at the start, they'll smoke off Pop Dog instantly, they'll molly out team main, they'll flash team main, smoke alley at the start, and teams wait those smokes out. Instead, they're North, they know that Godsent like to play the slow default T rounds. And because of that, they're actually waiting with their smokes as the time does tick away. As soon as they see the flashbangs and the smokes coming out from the T side execution, that's when they throw their smokes towards Pop Dog. And that means from the T side, you're forced to go through those smokes. It's so easy when you are holding the angle versus the players exiting those smokes.
You mentioned, of course, Astralis earlier on. Worth noting that Godsent did trade maps with them. Losing 69, winning out 16-8. Same storyline for them and Big as well.
Was that in Pro League, and how long ago was that?
Big was in Pro League, yep.
And what about the Astralis one you just said?
I wish I wrote EPL next to it on my notes, but I don't have it. So possibly.
I'm asking
I
you
assume
questions,
so.
mate. You're not delivering.
I assume so.
Yeah, I assume so. Okay. Nevertheless, though, 5-3. 2 round advantage still for North, though, on their CT side on train. They did win the pistol, so in terms of gun rounds, North have got 3. And Godsent have got 3 as well, so fairly equal exchange so far because the bomb was planted on the pistol round from Godsent. That's why they did get the 3rd round force buy. Well, not force buy, but the 3rd round buy with the 5 AKs. Then again, for Godsent, what haven't they tried so far? The B play could work. Obviously, they tried on the pistol, but then again, it didn't work. They've shown a lot of presence towards alley. Their default seems like they go for the 2-1-2, fairly standard. 1 player towards T main, 2 towards alley, 1 towards Pop Dog, and 1 towards B halls. That way you take control of the whole map. 1 player takes control of Pop Dog, 1 player takes control of B upper. And obviously the 2 players towards alley and 1 player holding towards T main. You can't really take control of T main. You just hold for the aggression from the CT side or you play outside of it. But thankfully the Godsent have their full roster back on the server and the buy will come through. Look at the money as well. This is a big round for both teams. North, they don't want to be reset in terms of their economy, and Godsent, they're going to run out of cash if they lose this round. So this could be the turning point here for the rest of the half.
This feels like an A play. You take into account the position of Dennis lining up that smoke, of course.
Could just be a fake, though.
Yeah, there are many different ways you could approach this round. Starting to bolt things up to B leads much more towards the idea of that fake. Playing it nice and slow. Kind of watching that bar of Dennis, waiting to see if that smoke does leave his inventory. Flash towards inner is going to push Schneider back. Always a win for Godsent if they can limit North's utility. Contact play towards Heaven. MSL finds kill number 1, but a quick trade from Disco Doppler. But he's flying out so far forward, but Valde managed to make that kill work. Schneider, at least able to push back. Plant coming through. Config drawn towards inner, finds the peak of Twist. This is where things get interesting. We've got one player on the site, one player up towards heaven, Molly burning them away.
And there you have it. Big play from Config in the 3 versus 3 to eliminate 2 players, leaving Dennis last alive here with no utility. Jumps through the heaven smoke, easy shot there for KGB with the AWP. And it's going to be a 6-3. Godsend did get the bomb down, so that could be the silver lining here if their money is still established enough to warrant a buy into round number 10. But they go for that B play. A great read from MSL. Having 2 players towards the B site there at the start of the round, cancelling any chances that Godsend had going into that one. I guess the reason being is Godsend have tried an alley take, they got demolished. Godsend have tried to go towards A, and MSL was the player that demolished it. So obviously, on the checklist from the T side, you've tried alley, you've tried going for the play towards A through Pop Dog. Let's try contact B play. Well read there by MSL, and that is the money reset here for Godsend. Deagle taking out the hands from Disco Doppler, and it's going to be the 5 versus 4.
An early shot already coming in from that AWP. Asian B zoning in on towards Disco Doppler. And then the rest could well be history north. Good positions, Valde spotting out the contact towards that B site. Likely not going to know that Schneider is far up, but even then I don't think that matters too much. Just these Deagles. Got MSL spotting the outpost play as well from the tip of blue. Cajun B, another kill added into the tally on Twist. Things get easier and easier. Dennis at least chiming in with 1, but all you can really argue is that's economical impact and about it, really.
4 versus 2 now. HE grenade comes up, ricochets off, and there you have it. Dennis is going to go down, leaving Freddie B last alive. This is one of the things we've got to mention as well, Freddie B being the recent addition to Godsend. Obviously the former Epsilon star brought in to the Godsend lineup. But I was casting Godsend earlier on as well in Pro League, they're playing with so many stand-ins. Pith was one of them. But now obviously this is the final roster here. Having Mezioso was the interim coach, Godsend are still looking for a full-time coach, I believe.